أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ربي اشرح لي صدري يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يحيطه حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining. Inshallah, at this moment of time, I would like to give the microphone to brother, our beloved Imam, Imam Hamad Chebli. Inshallah, we'll start right now.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على هديه إلى يوم الدين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, allow me to greet all of you the Islamic greeting and the meaning of this greeting to our viewer locally, nationally, internationally, to say peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. And when we initiate this greeting in Arabic, Muslim to Muslim, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. A very long list of items I like just to mention and make a dua. And one of them is the Muslim and non-Muslim, Muslim and non-Muslim, children of Adam, male and female, in the overseas, especially Palestine, especially Gaza, and around the area. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower them with the peace, not with the bomb. And may Allah shower them with the peace, not with the missiles. And may Allah shower them with the peace, not by, destroying the life of each other. Second thing, yes, we did include our brother Mamun in our prayer last week. Alhamdulillah, he was with us here. And I was looking for hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a very short hadith, only according to my note, 1, 2, 3, 4 words, hadith of 4 words. What Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he said, I quote, Al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba. Only 4 words, 4 words. Al-mar', which means a human being, me and you, on the day of judgment will be with the people he or she loves, no more, no less. If you love the mu'min in this dunya, you will be with them. If you love the hypocrite, you are mu'min, you will be with the hypocrite. If you love the other, human being, and they don't believe in Allah, you will be with them. Al-mar'u ma'a man ahab. And which means, alhamdulillah, we love each other for the sake of Allah. We love Brother Al-Mamun to be with us. I believe Brother Mamun love us too, not to be in his bed, to be with us. And we pray for him. Al-mar'u ma'a man ahab. Third item, last night, or not last night, yesterday, I was able to be in 2 places, different time. The first place is what we are talking about, the situation of Brother Al-Mamun, a Muslim brother, His name, Brother Ali Jadul Haq. Ali Jadul Haq. Maybe some of you pass by his store in Highland Park, in front of the big what we call it mall in Highland Park, New Jersey. He has a computer place. Subhanallah, he and his beloved wife was in a taxi to go somewhere to enjoy their weekend. But subhanallah, in the middle of the taxi, he have a stroke. Transfer him to the hospital in Robert Johnson Hospital. He is in the 3rd floor, and we pray for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him full shifa. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen.
Ameen.
Thirdly, I convey your message, our halaqa, to brothers and sisters. We gathered yesterday in Masjid Al-Wali. Al-Masjid Al-Wali, they have been since 9 o'clock all the way to 5 o'clock. Very long day for them. And they gather together around what? Around the Quran Kareem. They have a competition for the Quran Kareem, and those angel, I call them angel, in the same room. If you remember, we have the Khatmat Quran Kareem for Brother Ikram's son. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him the Jannah. In that room, the Quran Kareem was recited by male, by female, by adult, by young. And the day was, mashallah, full with energy. But the name of the community, they are from Sri Lanka. They are from Sri Lanka, Muslim Association of Sri Lankan American brother and sister. And really, I convey your message to them, and now I convey their message to you to say, yes, we gather together around the Quran Kareem. And finally, I am going, as I said, Brother Muslah tried to tease me in the early morning. You sent me a message. You are going to be somewhere, and you are here. I said, yes. I'm going to be in Lawrenceville, inshallah ta'ala, around 11:30, because the Islamic Society of Central Jersey, every year, they have what we call it, endowment, honoring the donor, or maybe the brother who like to help. And every time they invite maybe 150, depend on the invitation, to honor them. And today they are going to honor someone in one of the restaurants in Lawrenceville, and they want the Imam to be with them, inshallah ta'ala. And Brother Muslah said, oh, if the Imam Chebli is not here, I'm not to pick up on Brother Muslah. If Imam Chebli is not here, I'm going to take the whole halaqa. Yes, I'm going to give you the whole time. And I'm requesting you, inshallah ta'ala, to let Brother Dr. Hassan share the time with you by reading to us what we, both of you, prepare about the subject. We talked about it last week. But I want maybe some of our youth to recite for me, or not recite, maybe read the meaning of 2 verses in the Quran Kareem. The first verse mentioned the word gender, male and female only. There is no third gender according to what we know from the Quran. That verse number 1 in chapter 4, Surah An-Nisa. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 1, and the second one, chapter 49, verse 13, Surah Al-Hujurat. Those are the 2 verses. After we read the meaning of those 2 verses to know the Quran Kareem mentioned 2 gender, male and female, the floor is belong to Brother Muslah and Dr. Hassan, and I'm going to be with you, inshallah ta'ala, till 11:15, because I need maybe 15 minutes to drive to Lawrenceville, and may Allah reward you, and jazakumullah khair, and wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Brother Muslim, you want to start?
Okay, well, last week, as you remember, we have one of the young members from Bangladesh. He raised a question of what is the view of Islam on transgender issue. And so we could not discuss that at that time. We ran out of time. And Imam Chebli gave us a homework, myself and Hassan Bhai, to look at this issue. So I put together something, and I discussed with Hassan Bhai, and also shared that document with him. So I don't know whether Hassan Bhai, you received it or you had a chance to look at it. So that's what we are going to do after we recite the two verses of Quran that Imam Chebli mentioned. And I would like any of the younger generation read that, and maybe we can have some little discussion on that, and then we can dive into the article or we can review that article to see whether you're on the right track. I would have loved to have Imam Chebli in the discussion, if possible, to the extent possible, because I have my own, some reservation on certain things, and so I don't know Arabic, of course, that is an impediment. Anyway, so let us start with the two ayah that Imam Chebli mentioned. One is Surah number 4, ayah number 1, and the other is Surah number 49, ayah number 13. So who can read that?
Hassan raised hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
very good. Hassan, go ahead.
So do I. Okay. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. O mankind, reverence your guardian Lord who created you from a single person, created of like nature, his mate, and from them twain scattered like seeds, countless men and women. Reverence Allah, through whom ye demand your mutual rights, and reverence the wombs that bore you, for Allah ever watches you.
Sorry, which verse and section were you reading from?
Surah An-Nisa, ayah number 1.
Okay, that is what number?
4, Surah number
Yeah.
4.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
And first ayah.
Okay, thank you.
So everybody got what he read, and I'm just wondering whether everybody got the idea of this verse. Anybody else wants to read it? Same
Sure,
verse?
might as well.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Cheyenne.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Oh, people, fear your Lord, who created you from a single soul, and created from its mate, and propagated from them many men and women, and revere Allah, whom you ask about, and the parents. Surely Allah is watchful over you.
Okay, thank you very much. So
Imam, you are talking in mute.
The main point in the verse, there is Allah, then Adam. Allah created Adam. From Adam created Eve, Hawa, and from Adam and Eve, all of us exist. Now, there is no third gender in this verse to say, from that third gender, I can create another nationality or another group or another, those are the main point. And let us go to verse 13 from chapter 49, inshallah.
any volunteers to read that? Mahir, do you want to read that? You're talking with the mute on. You have to unmute yourself, Mahir.
Hello. Yes. Today I'm joining the meeting with a different device. So yes, the Quran is not in front of me to read out. Can someone else read that out, please?
Okay, Cheyenne, the
Yeah,
ball
might
is
as
on.
well.
Yeah, okay. So it's Surah number 49, verse number 13.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Oh, people, we created you from a male and a female and made you races and tribes that you may know one another. The best among you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous. Allah is all-knowing, well experienced.
Very good. Very
Okay,
appropriate. Yeah.
Shayan, I think after you read the verse, I heard the word races and made you races and a tribe.
Right?
What is the races here?
Races would be
Make you into races and tribes. That's what it says.
Yeah, races. What the races? I like to know the races.
I mean, in this case, races could apply to Pakistani, Bangladeshi.
Nation.
No, not nation. It's a race means, either black or white or those are the races.
Yeah, but
Or yellow.
But from the Mohsin Khan's translation, he mentioned made you into nations and tribes.
Oh,
So
I mean, at best, nations would probably specify the races at best. Takes a deep dive into it, to my understanding.
Because I don't want to use the word races, white against black, black against white, Arab against non-Arab, Pakistani against Indian, Indian against Sri Lankan, Sri Lankan against, I don't want, to be understood in that term. But yes, we have different color, different background. It's okay, inshallah ta'ala. Now, I think Brother Masleh, the floor is belong to you and to belong to Brother Dr. Hassan, if you like to tell us about your article, and may Allah reward you, inshallah.
thank you, Imam Chebli. So, Hassan Bhai, I sent you something last night, late night. Sorry, being so late.
1:30 in the morning.
Say it again.
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So I so sorry.
But
So
I saw
and
it and I read it quickly this morning.
so, do you want to?
Well, I mean, obviously, you did quite a good job, quite comprehensive, in my opinion, with good references. Reading through this article that you wrote, seems to me that this issue of the transgender people, I think it does exist, we know that it exists, but question for us basically what to do about it. In my personal view, and also I've seen the reference that you gave mostly in one place, if I remember correctly, that our Prophet also did not, did not punish the person that is brought in front of him, or did not get involved too much in this. So I have the same feeling. This is something that this is such a touchy issue, and we don't know much about it anyway. It's a science and how to deal with it. But as long as the person is a nice, good person, he prays, believes in Allah and one Allah, follows the rules of our religion, just leave it alone. Leave it alone like this, and just don't get too much attention. Don't talk too much about it. This is reality, but again, we need to be. I asked myself that since this is reality, it happens. How to deal with those kind of person, and those people that we see. I like to see it from a passionate point of view. I like to be passionate about that. this is not their fault. They become like this. Now the society doesn't accept them. No job, no education. They ignore the bully. So that I think is not right. It's wrong from society's perspective. And I know many nations, many countries have made rules to give them education, to get job, and not to discriminate. I did happen in Bangladesh. I know that, and other countries might have done the same thing. So I have the same feeling. Just ignore it, but give them the facilities, but don't get too much involved in too much about it. This is as long as the person is religious, does rules of the religion, just let them go. Don't pay too much attention on this. That's what my feeling is. Because I don't know what else to do. Because I don't know much about it. It's a science and Allah's creation, not about it. Allah created him this way. It is not his fault or his or her fault. So it's it's Allah's creation. So just be it like this. That's my personal view.
Hassan Bhai, from your conversation, it seems to me, maybe I'm wrong, that you are emphasizing the issue, what we call hijrah, that group of people.
Correct.
But the issue was, as I tried to make it clear in the article, by the way, I didn't send the article to everybody. I sent it to Dr. Hassan and Chebli only because I thought that he will have comments and then I'll update and then I will send it to people. So here I wanted to make a distinction. Aziza, you want to say something? Ruby? Okay. Distinction between...
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My point is to Mamun Bhai that when he says that what he can do, it's not his fault, anybody, but we are talking about the gender issue. And clearly, if we read Al-Nisa, it says that Allah has only accepted and is emphasizing in terms of human genders, one male and one female. It says here, explaining a little bit more by somebody, Dr. Ghani, he says, "Oh, you mankind, be pious to your Lord, who created you of one self and created from it its spouse, and from the two disseminated many men and women." So here, when you say the spouse, we emphasize, according to nowadays, the definition has kind of weirdly changed, which is it could be a male or a female spouse of you, and you a male or a female. So it's kind of like a little bit contradicting in this explanation of the ayah Nisa, what we talk. And it's instead of saying a man and woman created you from a man and a woman, it's saying from its spouse. So yeah, there are very fine points, but I understood still, because people translate according to their own thing they want to understand from it. It's not actually what is there. So I might request again, if Imam Chebli again clearly, more shortly explain, actually, is it in the Quran clearly emphasizing one man and from one woman? That's where the gender thing will be clarified. Thank you.
Sister Aziza, assalamu alaikum, and everybody. Thank you for your clarification. I read another meaning of the English for the other person. Because the Arabic language, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam and Eve, then from Adam and Eve, he created all of us. We will find the Arabic language. I'm talking about the Arabic language, not about any other thing. The word zawj has a 3 letters. Zawj. The word zawj apply to male and female in the same time. And how many times we recite the Quran Kareem and read the Quran Kareem and we find the word male and female, ذكر وأنثى, ذكر وأنثى. But when it comes to the word husband or spouse, it is the Arabic word zawj applied to the male and the female according to the Arabic language, and it is in the Quran. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Adam alayhi salam in the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah to live in the Jannah, he said to him, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ, Adam is a male, created by Allah. يَا آدَمُ, uskun, live, anta, you, وَزَوْجُكَ. And he did not say وَزَوْجَتُكَ as a female, which means if we like to translate everything word by word, yes, there is a male in the Quran Kareem, there is a female in the Quran Kareem, but in the same time, in Arabic language, the word zawj as a husband or spouse apply to the male and the female at the same time, and Allah knows the best.
Thank you, Imam, for further clarification.
Thank
Now, I see that Al-Mamun is showing some of the articles that I sent out. Now, Al-Mamun, can you go a little further up? And because the issue here is transgender, that's the issue. The question that our young friend from Bangladesh asked the other day, I don't see him in the call today. He asked, what's the view of transgender in Islam? So transgender, and let me read the definition of transgender. Transgender is commonly abbreviated as trans. All the young people, like my daughter, they called it trans. So there's, and the young people know about these things much more than we do for some whatever reason. I learned things from my daughter about these things. So this is transgender is an umbrella word for people whose gender identity and gender expression are different from those typically associated with members of this sex, of the sex that they were assigned in birth. Here, there is no defect in the sex in birth. When there is a defect in the sex in birth, that is called something else. That is called, we commonly call it hijra. They have deformed sexual organ. So that I defined it later, but that's not much relevant for this discussion here. So if you can see here, so this is kind of, so can you go a little bit up to show the pictures? And the example that I gave here is the Bruce Jenner. He's a very world-renowned athlete. He was an Olympic champion many times. So that's on the left is his picture, Bruce Jenner. He was the as masculine person I could think of. Then one day I hear that he thinks that he feels that he's a woman. I mean, that's something that he decides. There's his organs and everything, as far as appearance of those are like a male, but he feels that he's a woman, and then he took the surgery and became a woman. You can see his pictures on the screen. Before he was a male, and then he became a female because he thought he's a female body, and then he went through the surgery, and now if you look at it, he's a female. So that is called transgender. Now he did a surgery and he became a female. Now this transgender in Arabic is called, what is it called? It's called mukanathun. Mukanathun. I don't know how to pronounce it. Mukanathun. That is the word for transgender. Or transgender means something else also, and I discuss it. So let me read that part, so that it will be better that I read it. The closest but not exact idea in Islam corresponding to transgenderism is called mukhanath. Okay, so mukhanath. So plural is mukhanathun, which means effeminate ones. Effeminate means a man having a female behavior type thing. So that's called effeminate. Ones who resemble women. So see, these things were there, during the Muhammad Sallallahu time, even pre-Islam time. This term was used in classical Arabic and Islamic literature to describe gender variant people. And it has typically referred to effeminate men or people with ambiguous sexual characteristics, which appeared feminine and functioned sexually or socially in roles typically carried out by women. So that is the issue here. So the people who behave like women, male, but behave like women. And so here, so I took something from the Wikipedia here. So Mukhannathun already existed in pre-Islamic Arabia during the time of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and early Islamic eras. A number of hadiths reports indicate that Mukhannathun were used as male servants for wealthy women in the early days of Islam due to the belief that they were not sexually interested in female body. And in this context, we heard about the eunuch. The eunuch, that means that is a male, a normal male. He has been castrated. That means his testicle was taken out or something. And then he became a eunuch. That means he does not have any interest in female body anymore. So they were kind of guard in the harem of the kings and etc. So that means that these people, effeminate people, that they are male, looks male, everything male, but their behavior is like women. So they think that. So that's the thing. Can you go up a little bit? Let me see. So according to Iranian scholars, Alipur, in the pre-modern period, Muslim societies were aware of the manifestation of gender ambiguity. This can be seen through figures such as খাসি, ইউনাক। আমরা বলি না খাসি, বাংলা আমরা বলি খাসি, কিন্তু দেশে খাসি ছাগলকে আমরা যখন when it is castrated, we call it খাসি. This is the word that came from. Now I can see. Eunuch, the hijra, South Asia. But hijra, I think this is not the right example here, because hijra is a defect in the sexual organ. That's hijra. But this transgender, they have any defect. They're normal, but their internal behavior is different. So figures such as Khashi, Hijra, and the Mukhanath, and another thing called Mamsu, I don't know what it is, and the Kuthna, that is intersex and hermaphrodite. Some people have, some animals have both organs, some human also has both organs. That's a different thing. So can you go to the next thing, Mamun? So here is a hadith. I found a lot of hadiths talking about this. So let me read this hadith. This is a Sahih hadith. So hadith is called, narrated by Abu Huraira. An effeminate man, there's a typo here, an effeminate man, which is called Mukhanath, who had dyed hands and feet with henna, was brought to the Prophet, peace be upon him. He asked, "What is the matter with this man?" He was told, "Messenger of Allah, he imitates the look of women. So she used an order regarding him. He issued an order regarding him, and he was banished to Al-Naki. See, he was removed from that place to somewhere else. The people said, "Messenger of Allah, should we kill him?"
Should we not?
He said, "I have not prohibited from killing. I have been prohibited from killing people who pray. So that means don't kill him. So Abu Usama said Naki is a region near Medina and not a Baki. So that was the place that he was banished to, since it's not very far. So from this, we know that, first of all, transgenderism existed during pre-Islamic and Islamic time, and they were banished. They are not used as it was somebody's servant probably. So take him out. However, let him live. That means that no torture, no killing, and so on, because they are Muslims and they pray. So that is the main message that I wanted. The message that is conveyed in this hadith. I have very little opinion here. So there is another hadith, which is about eunuch, and also this is called mukhanath. But eunuch is, in my view, is not transgender. Eunuch is somebody who has a normal life, like and then his testicle was taken out, and he became a eunuch. He doesn't have the male instinct anymore. So that's a different thing. So here also, this hadith says, let's see, they used to. Hello. Okay. So this hadith is not very important, for this issue, because it's a eunuch, and we can talk about it some other time. So from this, and then I also had a section on hijrah. Hijrah is the one that we commonly know. All of us have seen in the street of Dhaka, and they are available, also street of Delhi, the same people, same kind of people. And we are always wondered, what are they, what do they do? So now there are a lot of documents, even in Bangladesh. In fact, I remember one time when I was a student at Dhaka University, and there are a lot of hijrah going around the Salimullah Muslim Hall, and we saw them. And I asked one of my senior friends, who later became a vice chancellor of Dhaka University. He was a professor of sociology. I said, "You do a lot of research. Why don't you do some research on these guys? What are they? What do they do?" So that they have basically. Maybe I have defined hijrah further down a little bit. Can you go further down a little bit? I have shown a picture. You have seen this picture. You have seen these people in Dhaka. I'm sure about that. They roam around on the street, and they are kind of looks like a female, male, that kind of thing, because their organ is different. So that's the thing. So here is the definition of it. Let me read the definition. Okay, intersex people or hijrah people are individuals born with. Hello?
Can you start the car?
Yes.
Intersex people are individuals born with any of several sex characteristics, including chromosome patterns, gonads, or genitals that, according to the Office of the United Nations High Commission for Human Rights, do not fit typical binary notions of male or female bodies. In fact, I asked one of my relatives, who is a doctor, female doctor, and she delivered babies. Now she's retired. And she told me that when they see a baby with some deformed or a sexual organ, they know that baby is going to be or eventually will turn out to be a hijrah, so that they know that from the birth. So that's the definition of hijrah. So I don't want to go into much details into that, but thing is, at one time they didn't have any rights. They were, kind of neglected. Now in Bangladesh, in India, I heard that they are now accepted in the society, and they are given jobs, and take them equally rather than just neglect them. So that's all I want to say.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mostly, actually, you're right that my description that I mentioned in the beginning, I was referring to basically the hijras. You're
Okay.
absolutely correct, the hijras.
Okay.
Obviously that you mentioned people, male behaving like a female and vice versa. that you mentioned. That is, there's no reason to be passionate about those guys, those people. Those are wrong, unethical, and no place in any religion of those people. The gay life.
Okay.
I don't have any
yeah.
passionate view of those people.
Okay. So here is an interesting story I found out from Sirat Rasulullah and Muhammad Sallallahu life. So let me read this. In fact, I forgot that I wrote this. Thanks, Mamun. You are doing a great job. So first of all, I could not find any reference of intersexuality or hijra phenomenon in Quran or Hadith. However, in Sirat Rasulullah, the life of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, translated by Gulme, Oxford University, page such and such, there's a story there. The story is a judge is asking his slave or whoever was or maid or whatever. The judge is, I don't know who this judge is. The name is not mentioned there. So he says, well then, was asked to I was asked to adjudicate on the inheritance of a hermaphrodite person. Hermaphrodite means they have two sexual organ basically. And I have, in fact, when I was writing this, I did some research to look at them, and there are people, they have pictures. There are people who have, not developed, but two sexual organs basically. So in this case, it's very important, and I'm amazed that this. Okay, so this what happened is, so this judge was talking to his servant or slave, the lady. So he says that a judge was asked to adjudicate on the inheritance of a hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite is they have who have both sex organs. There are a lot of animals who have both sex organs. Many animals. Anyway, so but there are humans also. Sometimes they have it. Am I to make him a man or a woman? This point was important because a male received double as much as the female in the property when they inherit property. So that's why it's important to know whether it's a male or a female. So the judge says, by God, I don't know what to do. I can see no way out because this guy has both organs. So cannot decide whether it's a girl or a boy. The judge's slave, Sukhaila, said, good God, merely follow the course of the urinary process. See, this is a very key thing. So it was discussed many other places also. So I'm just quoting it here from that book. And I'm amazed that that at that time, somebody has this knowledge to suggest that. So in this, and that was applied for many other situations also. So there says that look at the urinary tract, but that's only one. That's not two. So and then you decide what the sex identity of this. Maybe these days today, maybe doctors can decide based on hormone or whatever whether it's a male or a female or none. So, but in those days, it was very brilliant of this woman to come up with this plan, and it was practiced, quite a bit. And so, let me put my conclusion here. As medical science, this conclusion is mine, of course, so everybody can have their own conclusion. As medical science progresses, we can better classify which behavior is changeable and which are not changeable. That means which did not have any control. That I'm a male, I don't have any control on that. I became male, and I have all the male characteristic. Somebody is female, he's no control on that. She's a female, and she has the female characteristic. Similarly, these guys, who is hijra or who is the transgender, I don't know to what extent they have control of their behavior, or to what extent So we don't know. I don't know. So for items which are unknown, we can still take the position that Allah has created diversity in gender variations. Allah has created it, definitely. It is possible for transgender, just a little bit, go back. Yeah. It is possible for transgender people to be religious, and we have noted in the hadith listed above. But a literal translation or meaning of many canonical texts may sometimes infringe on the human rights to the universal gender diversity. So that's my point, is that sometimes the people interpret them as rigid, not flexible, and then you are depriving people of their human rights, basic human rights. So that's I wanted to say. And thanks, Imam Chebli, for giving me the homework, or giving us the homework. And I'm so glad that I looked into that. I never knew what transgender is before this discussion, and didn't have very good idea about what hijra was. But now I have, and I hope that others could learn a little bit also on this issue. And thank you, Imam Chebli.
Can I make one comment here? Actually, even though Imam Chebli kindly gave both of us the responsibility, it is all done by Muslim. Muslim called me last night. Yesterday we had a brief discussion, but nothing much. But all the write-up is done Muslims. Everything is Muslim's credit. But I agree, he did an excellent job. No doubt about it. Thank you, Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Traditionally, from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba after him, when a person came by a question, as our young man came with this question all the way from Bangladesh, and if there is one person or two person or three person in that meeting, politely and nicely, after the question was put on the floor in front of those group or jama'ah, none of them will rush right away to answer that question, but he transferred the answer to that question to the person next to him. And the person next to him, he transferred to the person next to other him. And the circle will go back, and the answer will come to the first person. He politely does not want to respond to the question right away. And that is a part of the sunnah of Rasulullah. How many times a person came to Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, I have a question. He said, wait till I ask Jibreel. Wait, Jibreel will ask Allah. Allah does not wait to the other person, but Allah will send the answer right away. That is the reason in our halaqa, when the question comes to us, we should not rush right away to the answer, because the answer can be right and wrong. We are living in a time, every day we have something new. Let me go back to the issue. The issue, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never ever punish or reward a person for something he or she is not in a position control that item. Give you one example from this halaqa this morning. Do you think brother Mamun, may Allah give him full shifa, is in a charge to control his heart, to say, oh my heart, I love you, don't beat? Or we control our eyes? I have my glasses here in front of me, and when I like to see far away, I have to use it. Or we are able to control our eyes when we look at the light in front of me, not to see the light? Or we are able to control our nature mother, if we like to go to the bathroom or to urine or anything? Are we able to control to delete it? The answer is no. Same thing will apply to what we discussed today. If the person intentionally, physically, mentally paying money to change what Allah give him as a male to be a female, or Allah give her to be a female, want to pay money and change the creation of Allah, that is the problem Islamically. We have to discuss it. And in the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, verse 285, 284, 285, 286, Allah will never put burden in a person cannot carry more than Allah give it to him or to her. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. But if the person was born without hand, do you think Allah will question him, why you don't have the second hand? No. I mean hand by hand, you know. If somebody was created blind, yes, we can go to the doctor and do all the operation. It's not haram. But that person is not in charge to say, I was born in blind and Allah will punish me because I'm not seeing. No. Which means, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, from the beginning, we understand from the Quran Kareem, Adam was a male. He did not change himself to be a female. Eve was a female. We believe it. She is not saying, I'm going to do everything Adam is doing as a male and be similar to him. No. In chapter, Surah Maryam, chapter 19, when Maryam alayha salam, and the same verse was repeated in chapter 3, Surah Ali Imran. ليس الذكر كالأنثى. ليس الذكر كالأنثى. Male is a male, female is a female. They are not similar. They have too much differences to live. And I believe one day, close with this, one of the president of United States came to Princeton. He gave them enough money to make a study to say, can we maybe make the female as a male and male as a female with their gender after they have that sheep somewhere happen in Europe. We should not play game with Allah. I am as a male, but my science and my knowledge and my money can help me to be as a female. That is against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to do, to worship him. Male has a right, female has a right. If something between, that is between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But to change, I will leave it to you, inshallah ta'ala, to keep discussing it, to know what is halal and haram. And may Allah reward you. The brother Muslih, Dr. Hassan, thank you for that. It is really, it's not a homework. I like to learn from your research. I am a student of this halaqa, and jazakumullah khair, and allowed me to leave. I have to be on the road. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I see with Mahir, there are other people. Mahir, do you want to introduce them? Thanks to them for coming to this halaqa. Do you want to introduce them or not?
Assalamu alaikum. This is my Nana Bhaiya, my grandfather, maternal grandfather, Muzammil Haq. He is
Assalamu alaikum.
ইসলাম
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
তুমি ভালো আছো তো?
হ্যাঁ ভালো আছি।
তুমি
আপনি ভালো আছেন? হ্যাঁ ভালো আছি।
তাসকিন কেমন আছে?
হ্যাঁ তাসকিন ভালো আছে। হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা।
Thanks for joining. হ্যাঁ thanks for joining. আমরা পরে কথা বলবো। এখানে তো অন্য লোক আছে। হ্যাঁ। আমি thanks for joining here. হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা thank you.
Okay, খুদা হাফেজ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Muslim bhai, assalamu alaikum.
Iftikhar bhai, and
yeah, Mamun, just I want to so this discussion, I mean, triggered by the question asked by Mahir, right? What was the actual original question? What was the exact question that he was looking for? I mean, answer for.
In fact, it was Mahir's friend. His name is Aban Saad, and he said that what is the position of Islam for people we called transgender people.
Mm-hmm.
And transgender meaning that apparently they have either male or female. Nobody knows. That they're internally they feel that they're the opposite sex. So that's the definition of transgender.
And the question arises because a group of transgender people was doing some kind of event in their college, and they have basically protested. So they want to know that if they did the right thing or not.
Protested. Who protested? I mean, other students.
Student. Mahir or
Yeah.
Aban, you want to explain what exactly happened to your college?
So Abun, do you want to go ahead or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
One of you can.
Okay. So the actual context was, as I've said earlier, there was a program for women job fair. Okay. So among the chief guests, one of the guests was a transgender activist of Bangladesh named as Hu Chi Minh Islam. I repeat, transgender activist Hu Chi Minh Islam. Now, student were not bothered with the fact that he was a transgender person, but the point was, people here in our country are pretty much conscious about the LGBTQ propaganda that are spreading. Let's say, that are spreading in our country. So to get rid of the situation, to protest against, since Ho Chi Minh Islam was involved with activism related with LGBTQ, the word, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Hello.
You are good.
So I'm sorry because my English is not that precise. I apologize for that. So what happened was, among our clerical leaders, we went to them, like I'm talking about our local imams, and we went to them. What's the situation? Should we protest? What should we do? Because they are trying to normalize such propagandas under the domain of LGBTQ and stuff like this. So there was a general, let's say, explanation of by the clerics that, as it is clarified by the Imam today as well, it was like kind of the same. It was literally the same thing, that yes, Islam do show explicit generosity. There's no problem with our third gender community that we call hijra in our country, but at the same time, it is absolutely, I think it's prohibited, or it's I think discouraged to. I'm sorry if I'm mistaking with my words. I don't know about the like appropriate words to apply here. So yeah, it is discouraged to change the gender. If a male is born, if person is being born male, he's supposed to act like male. He's not supposed to change his gender, and vice versa in terms of the female as well. So yeah, that was the situation actually. So we came here while we joined the Halaqa. We asked Imam what's the ruling and the context of interacting with intersex and at the same time with transgender people. Yeah, that's what it was. Anything else? I'm sorry because I couldn't explain it properly.
Then I think you did
I beg pardon.
You did a great job, Mahir.
Sir, can I have 5 minutes time to put my thought on it, if you allow me?
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. As a Muslim, I believe 100% ayat 1 and of Surah Nisa and ayat 13 of Surah Hujurat 49. And also, thanks Moslevai regarding this beautiful and very knowledgeable articles or research. And also I am with the Imam 100% what he just told at the end. So my thought is that I mean, nothing is wrong in here. Nothing is wrong. Allah can create people with disability. Allah can create people with blindness, conjoined people, and many other defects during the birth. But it is after the birth, it is the responsibility of the person or the family or the society to make them okay. Like Imam said that if I born blind, medical research is improved now to fix my blindness maybe. So similarly, people can born with physical defects, also mental defect. So today's article, basically on mental defect. Mental defect is like people who born like physically looks like man, but they are mentally they are female. It's called basically it's a transgender thing, Physically everything like a man, but mentally they. So this is a disease. This is a defect, which can be cured by medically. We have improved our medical science on that level, So this is one thing regarding transgender. It is the responsibility of the family, responsibility of the person, and responsibility of I can say everybody of the society to fix that or help that person to fix his mental defect. Another thing, Allah only created man and woman, that's for sure, 100%. But these are the defects. Similarly, the hijra, as I said, the eunuch, they are created with two genders. But as in the hadith or Sirah Prophet said, urinary tract, that means this is a physical defect, This is a physical defect that they have two gender, but that's a defect. We can find it medically fixable if we think that urinary tract is through any gender, we can transform him to that gender, basically. So that's another thing, I think we can add this concept into the Muslim's article, because these are the defects, nothing wrong. And Allah created not only gender defect, Allah created heart. Some have heart from left to right, some have two hearts, one person, two head, So these are the things, it's a normal phenomenon of Allah, and that can be fixable. And I think Allah said truly there's only man and woman, and everything explaining to that. And everything is fixable. That's my concept regarding this issue, basically. And people who are intentionally wants to change their gender, like they are men perfectly, but they like, okay, I want to be a woman, and I want to change because medical science is improved. Those are haram, like Imam said. So your intention, innamal amalu bin niyat, your niyat or intention is very important in this regards also. So this is my, analogy, in fact, in this regard.
Iftikhar, thank you very much. You said it 20 times better than I could have said.
Well said.
The same thing. Very well said.
Well said.
And inshallah, I'm sure that I'll work with Hassan Bhai, to upgrade this article. As you know, that I did it in a very rush situation. So then, then we'll share it with everybody. And thanks for your input, Iftikhar. It was very good.
Yeah.
And for that reason, Iftikhar, I'll give you a homework. We'll talk about it later.
Inshallah.
Okay. Thank you, Iftikhar Bhai. It was really a wonderful synopsis of our today's discussion. And whoever raised this question was so appropriate, which belongs to Maher. A very intelligent question, very time-worthy situation and time we deal with our life all the time, everyday life, these things. And it's apparently due to the change of a lot of media and social networking, we feel like this is happening a lot more, but actually it was there, but the news was not so profound and people's intelligence was not that focus oriented to find out and work with it. That's why we knew less. But here, one point I will throw to our scientist brother, Shah Ikram Haq, that or also others like Mustafa is also in that background. I know few of you are. I have no science background. So my question is here, don't you believe, or what is the science say here, the physical, the chemical, the body structure, and hormone plays a big role instead of what Iftikhar Bhai says, mentally we are thinking bad or it's a mental disease. I kind of feel like it's also the physical build-up situation where there is an imbalance that makes them think and they want to change because they feel like they are not doing right to themselves and others if they don't change. Am I right, or is this question valid here?
I want to correct it. I said this disease is not appropriate here. It's a mental condition. And as you said, the build-up. This is, if a woman thinks that I am a man, that's a mental build-up, and you said that can be changed. That woman can be changed to man. That's fine, I think, if it is really naturally happening or by God gifted happening. Like somebody is by birth blind, somebody has two hearts, somebody has two head, So if this kind of build-up, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. This is changeable. This is nothing wrong in it, But thing is that somebody wants to make advantage now, okay, I looks like man, but I am thinking woman, so I have to share the same bathroom. Nowadays the laws are changing this way. These things are all, I think, BS. These need to be.
That's where the question of science also come, I feel.
I
biological science. Bio is a big issue
that can
there.
be changed, that's what I'm saying. If we believe in Allah's rules, Allah's words, I think that medically there is 100% changeable nowadays. If transgender, should not be a third gender, according to my, it should be changeable to one of either. Because according to their build-up, if they think that I am a man, but I looks like woman, change her woman to man, because medically it is possible now. Medically it is possible.
Okay, so we should not say it's haram.
I don't say it's haram. Sorry, I say nothing wrong in it. I told in the beginning of my, there's nothing wrong all this. These are all Allah's creation. These are all Allah's,
it's hard for the general people to get it, to understand, and right away we conclude in
deep thinking. Deep thought is needed here, basically.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yes.
And some of them are intentional too, looks like nowadays, like sharing the bathroom now, one man thinks that he is a transgender and go to the woman's bathroom. That's happening. And then a lot of sexual assault is happening in this case.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, that's what we are concerned about. Thank you, Iftikhar uncle, for explaining it explicitly.
So it's also creating division.
So Mahir, what is the, you explain it, the Ho Chi Minh Islam? What is the group?
Ho Chi Minh Islam. I can share a link as well, because the news went to the mainstream media as well. Shomoy TV. Can I share this in the comment box?
Yes, yes.
So this group, I mean, this activist, right? They are, what is their main message here? What they're trying to do in Bangladesh? This group, the Islam, in the name of Islam.
He just trying to load something. Yeah, he's trying to load something.
Because interesting, they're doing Islam, and a lot of groups in Islam in all over the world, in Bangladesh also. So, and it's very
Bashir. Islam is his, I think, his last name, not this Islam.
Oh, this is a person.
Okay. He's a person. Ho Chi Minh is a person.
Yeah.
He's a person. Islam.
His name is Ho Chi Minh Islam.
Islam.
Just
I think
created
so.
the name,
Islam.
maybe. Who knows?
Ikram Bhai raised hand.
Yeah, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I'll add some small information regarding Sister Aziza Haq's comment, as I'm a science person, but not a good scientist. So genetically, a male and female is differed by the chromosome, which is XX for female, XY for male. So once we have this chromosomal distribution in the cells, then it is decided who is male or who is female. But within this, still having XX or XY, they can have deformation in the genitals. So that is defect, as Brother Iftikhar mentioned, and that can be fixed by medical treatment. For some hermaphrodites, they have XXY. That is a defect in genetics. and that is permanent. They cannot be, they can be transformed into male and female by externally, but internally and genetically, they will remain as it is. So that is the thing Allah created for us, but Allah also created XXY. That is as a outskirts or the defect. So Allah have mentioned it, that it is a male and female, but I'm not expert in that explanation that only male and female is there. But since we have in nature, we have the third gender, which is XXY. That means they are having male and female characters intermingled together. So this now up to you what we can infer from there, but that's it. Thank you very much.
Question, Ikram. One
Yes.
is XX, one is XY, right?
XS is female, XY is male.
Okay, what's the other one?
No, every human being has 23 pairs of chromosomes.
Okay.
So one pair is called the sex chromosomes. So in male, it is XY. Y is the one which determines the difference, but female, they remain with XX. But
Okay.
some differences are outskirts, people who born with defects in chromosomal defect. So who have both X, Y, and X. So that's
some people may have both XY and XX. That's what you're saying.
No. They have like X, Y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I got it. Okay. That's good. Very good.
Muslim Bhai and Ikram Bhai can have a separate session on this topic.
No. This is good. So, Sister Aziza, now you know the answer from science.
Yes, we need to know this because we cannot, without science, which is the base of a human construction. I know Allah told us you can only mix with a male and a female. If the person is male and he thinking, oh, okay, he looks like female and he thinks I'm a male and he wants to mix with a male, that is not allowed, as I understood from all this discussion. But medical science has a law, like what we say, that Allah will create somebody in a different way. It's Allah's wish. Why he does it, we don't know. But Allah never gives anybody that much of burden that that person cannot bear. So saying that, it's kind of very conclusive and very clear now, as because we added the actual biological construction of a human body. So thank you, Ikram Bhai, and thank you, Muslim Bhai. Iftikhar Bhai, it is a wonderful discussion to understand. And we need more and more like this among our young generations. I wish there are more young generation here to get this and understand.
Yes. Now, Mamun, you are showing something, the video. Do you want to show it?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Yes. I think it's people.
Yes. Before playing the video, I would like to add something that the mainstream media also misinterpreted. They have misinterpreted the word the third gender with transgender, right? Intersex with transgender. So these two phenomena are absolutely different, distinctive, that we have discussed earlier in the meeting. So yeah.
Let's see what's going on with this YouTube video.
Is there any sound here or not?
There's no sound.
Yeah, I think if you're going to share the video, you should share the sound.
Hi, you can, Mamun Bhai, close it and restart. Pause it and restart. It will come back, I think, the sound.
Sorry?
If you close the video and start again, we might get the sound, because I have seen it happening When
Oh,
you
yeah.
share a video and
Okay.
we pause, then the sound goes away. It thinks that you don't want sound.
Oh, okay. So you said I have to stop and share again?
Yes.
Okay, let me do that.
See if it works.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna start.
And while you're doing this, I also will say, I'm so sorry, Mamun Bhai, I didn't know. Yes, I couldn't attend last session. I was a little ill.
No, it's all good.
And,
Inshallah.
I'm so happy you came back all right.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Go back
In the
here.
meantime, Muslim
While you're trying, Mamun, can I do a two-second commercial here
Yeah.
for the Ilhan Omar? Our congresswoman. She is coming to New Jersey on 10th of December, and if anybody wants to join, we can join, and Mamun is kind of organizing. And if you join, we can take a table of 10 people, and each people has to pay $45. You know who I'm talking about, like Ilhan Omar, our
Yes, Councilman. But my question is it going to be streaming also? Like the virtual link can be shared?
that I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
That I don't know.
Okay, can tell me if you hear the.
No. Well, without hearing, it's useless. We will try to find out ourselves probably. And
Mamun, if you can tell us regarding this little bit, what is this all about?
no, this is from Mahir, I think, right, Mahir?
Yes, it is.
Mahir or Mamun? Okay.
Could be copyright issue.
I think Mamun uncle, you can depict the second link. I think the second link. I have provided a second link, which provides an explanation from our side why we stood against such propaganda, why it was relevant with LGBTQ and things like this. So yeah, can you open up the second link, and it shows explanation in Bengali. The second link in the chat box. It's from Facebook.
Yeah, but we are struggling with the sound.
Maybe this.
No, it is the second link does not contain any video.
We want to see the video.
I think it has a copyright issue, so video sound might not be showing because of the topics.
If I may, if you want to hear the sound of the video, the trick to sharing a video, while you go into share screen, there should be like a little option that says share audio.
Yeah, I have the link, and I think I'll share the link with you later. I think that
next session, yeah.
Next session. So
I really have to go today. It's a very interesting session going on, but sometimes we do pass our way time.
We all have to go now, so maybe we can suggest that that we wrap up. Unless somebody have any other comments, we can wrap up and ask.
I just want to say something regarding Ikram Bhai and Muslim Bhai. So Ikram Bhai said there's an XXY. So this is also Allah's creation, and I think this is that's why Muhannas came. Muhanna during that hadith, Prophet said that put them into the different space, not from Baki, Urdana. So society has a responsibility to do that too. If something like that in our society, we need to aside them. So that I don't know what was the intention of Prophet for advising that. Maybe protect them from others. So that's also a good thing. Basically. See,
but
this
nowadays, human rights.
Also in our hadith. This is also in
exactly. But also human right, equal right, all those concepts, making them open to everybody, and they want to be included, not excluded.
I'd like to conclude with something that we stand with our third gender community, period. We want to work with them because regardless of the scenario, they are neglected. I'm talking about the third gender, the Hijra people. We want to work with them, but at the same time, we oppose anything that stand up with the concern of LGBTQ. So yeah, that's what I think that was the explicit explanation. Yeah.
All right, excellent.
But Mustafa Billah, now that we live in this country, and it is clearly, a very hot topic, and of course, all over, everywhere, media. Now, how do we Muslims deal with that? This, this LGBTQ, whatever they call it. Clearly, I can see that, it is not allowed in Islam. And, but, we are a citizen of this country. And of course, this country approves of it. So how do we deal with it?
Maybe it's a good question for Imam in the future, and we can have a separate session on this. I think this is a huge topic to discuss.
I can answer that.
Excuse me, everybody. This is, as you all are struggling, this topic is so touchy.
Yeah.
And so politically sensitive.
Loaded. Yeah.
Yes. So I think
very sensitive.
I would suggest to you all just avoid it.
Yeah.
Just completely avoid it, because there is no way. Whatever we say, other side will say, "Hey, boy,
I'm just.
I think I would say stay away.
Yeah.
I agree with Professor Mahmoud Hussain. Absolutely, this is like we are wasting our, not wasting, but we are killing our time.
We did talk about it.
Wasting of time. It's a very
sensitive. Change our topic.
Sensitive.
In fact, I slightly disagree with that, because I have the right to express my view. And if somebody has an opponent view, that's fine. But I still can. I have problem with, for instance, I talk to my friends.
Those are touchy personal issue. I think you should talk to somebody that who likes to hear. But in this forum, the Sunday forum, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I was saying that, in general.
Oh, yeah. Private discussion, be my guest, absolutely, by all means, but not in this forum.
But one thing is clear: we are not supposed to, hate those people.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not.
No, we are not hating you.
Yeah.
Don't hate them. Give them whatever we can.
Regarding Billah Bhai's question, I think we should follow the land of the law. We should respect the land of the law. In this land, also pork is halal, but Muslims don't eat pork. So that's the way we should avoid it. That's the way we should avoid it.
Exactly.
That's a very good example.
Fine, we will respect it, but we'll respect
exactly.
it.
So
very good example.
There is gay marriage. It's accepted by law in this country. So
but we should not do something crazy, I mean, out of our zeal for our religion, and doing something that is not acceptable.
We should respect the land of the law. We should respect the land.
That's right. So, but again,
that's in Islam too.
Don't spend too much time on these things in this forum.
Okay, I don't know if Arif wants to say anything. Arif, you want to say?
Assalamu alaikum, Mamun bhai, and to all. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The young guy, Mahir, I think, he was actually asking for a guidance that should they go and protest it, and what should they do, So I hope he doesn't get any kind of misleading idea. If they want to, show support for LGBTQ gender or transgender people, they have the right to show their support by going there and protesting. Protesting is giving them more attention. I think then
I fully agree with you. I fully agree.
Yes.
So if they want to do it, they do it. And if you have something better to do, you can.
But also I think that Iftikhar uncle mentioned earlier about misusing the female toilet. Let's say I'm a male. I want to change myself to a female to enjoy the female toilet and stuff like this. I'm just giving you an metaphorical idea. Are you getting my point? Why we are concerned about things like this? They're trying to normalize.
It's happening in America. It's allowed. I go to conference from my library group, huge group, 3,000, 4,000. They are all allowed to use the toilet that way. It is already a law in America. So it is not a metaphor. It is not a preventable thing. It is happening. It's reality. So in this
So you see why
reality,
in America it's permissible, but we are not letting in Bangladesh be that in that
no,
stage,
you cannot do that. If it is happening
yeah, we cannot do
anywhere in
that.
the
We're just
world,
protesting. Yeah, we're just showing our
in
voice.
America, even only I think very few states has this law. Most of the states don't have this law. You know, at least out of 50 states, I think maybe 10 or 12 states only
New
allow.
Jersey have. So what
New
will
Jersey, New
happen?
York, California, those are the states they have.
No, but what will
Any
happen? The
state on
people
the south,
in
they
New
don't have.
Jersey is not in New Jersey only. They move, they go to other state, this state. The world is a one place now with the opening of the all kind of barriers. So one
it's a
place you
personal
say this,
choice.
other place you say not, it cannot exist. Eventually, be a person like Mahmoud Bhai said or others that you just stay, or if Iftikhar Bhai says stay with the law of your state or law of your where you live, and instead of creating confrontation, arguments, or why, we need to respect. As soon as you saw respect, that's it. It's perfectly all right.
This is
and as far as the toilet, female toilet and male toilets are concerned, that question you raised. So we have, like in United States, we have separate toilets for male and separate toilets for female. And if it becomes a pressing issue, then we can have another thing called a gender neutral, like in most of
That's what we
They are
did.
making it.
gender
Okay,
neutral.
yeah.
They are making
That
it. They are
can be a
already
solution.
making it.
So,
Yeah.
so it's not an issue that
Right. So
Yeah.
a lot of areas they are making the third toilets the neutral toilets.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing. Yeah.
mashallah.
So Mahir, you cannot protest them. You cannot say no. You cannot.
No, it's
yeah.
no.
I think
The
that
protest
is
is
going
not about
against their
that.
right.
No, I'm totally.
No. I'm not talking against their right.
I understand where Mahir guys are coming from. They're only saying their sisters are going to the female toilet. A man probably think he's a woman. He's getting into that sister's toilet. That probably they are saying it's not right. So in this case,
exactly.
Yeah. So this I totally understand.
And that's what the concern arises, because the program was dedicated for the women's only.
I'm in a halaqa.
But they brought someone from transgender community. That's what the problem arises.
I am in a.
Sorry.
Rana, go ahead. I mute.
And but I'd like to thank you all. I thank you all for discussing the answers of my question from different point of views. I really appreciate the entire meeting and your concerns. Thank you.
But we are very happy that because of you guys, we came to learn, we did a research, and I'm very proud of this team. As you know that our young generation, alhamdulillah, very powerful. Your voice is powerful. And also, all the uncles and, big brothers with you. They are highly educated, and they're putting time to do the research and stuff. Believe it or not, this is a blessing for us, alhamdulillah. Thank you.
It's absolutely blessing. Thank you, alhamdulillah.
Thank you, Arif, for giving your voice.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Appreciate Brother Hassan and all other brothers, Mushir, who participate, and Iftikhar Bhai, Ikram Bhai, alhamdulillah.
Mamun, I need to run. I'm sorry about that. I need to run.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll see everybody.
Somebody who wants to do the final dua today, continue to make dua for
if they got the dua for
Gaza, inshallah, as you know that their ceasefire has been now resumed again. Now, the fighting has been resumed, so that a lot of people are again dying. So let's keep lots of dua for this community, inshallah. Go ahead, Iftikhar Bhai.
Allahumma ameen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. Ya Allah, please give us right path, righteous path, Allah.
Amen.
اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا. يا حل المشكلات في فلسطين، يا حل المشكلات في مسلمين، يا حل المشكلات في مسلمين في كل مكان. Ya Allah, please help us, help Muslim Ummah, for this calamity going on Palestine. Ya Allah. Ya Allah, help us all, to understand the concept of Islam, and help us all to spread the Islam on our best. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحبنا فاعف عنا. اللهم أعني على ذكرك شكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من العذاب القبر. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من العذاب جهنم. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الفتنة المسيح الدجال. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you everyone for joining. Looking forward to see you all on next Sunday, inshallah. Jazakallah.
Flowers. Salam everybody.